pretty good with the spelling. Anyway, moving on from there, that's all you really have to do. You're not going to want to like really modify much of this. Just remember, monitor, remove debuffs, uncheck also in combat, select the type you use, obviously, don't select the one I have. You might have, I don't know, purification potion, but yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, moving on from there, the last part would be buffs. That's pretty simple actually. You're going to want to monitor for missing buffs. You're not going to want to have it do it in combat. Notice how it turns my thing a light gray. You're going to want to leave that the same. I find it's pretty good. And then you click, just with your regular left click. Since you're not in combat, you have also in combat unchecked. It's just going to do it automatically for you. And if you check also in combat, though, you'll kind of have another issue, kind of like what the one we had before with curing poisons. Basically what will happen is you'll go to heal yourself, let's just say, with a lesser spam. You're just going to be like, oh shoot, I'm about to die, right? And then what will happen is it'll go to reapply your water shield, screwing you out of like that 1 second to heal yourself, which could end up screwing you over completely. For some reason I have Rock Biter set as my thing instead of Earth Living. That's because I installed a basic Healbot like as a default Healbot, so I could show you the full setup from the beginning. But basically, yeah, you want to have Water Shield and Earth Living Weapon if you're a Shaman. If you're something else, you're going to want other stuff. For me, it's only a Self buff, so I put on Self. For you, it might be a Raid buff, so you're going to put on Raid. And it's pretty simple, really. And down here, it just has like a thing to show you when it's like about to run out. It'll show it fading on here, so you could actually tell when it's going to do it. For some reason I have Earth Living set up to show on my bar, I don't know why. I'm pretty sure my older version is the reason that it's not coming up for me, or either that or I've set it up slightly differently, but either way, it's basically the same functionality as how I have it set up. Test bars would look like this. I have another couple add-ons just to make it so I have room over here on the side of my screen. Gets rid of the party frames basically, and that way the middle of my screen where my tune is like pretty free. You could see your tune, you could see everything. Obviously I use a different UI than the WoW one, but yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple to use. You don't have to like target the person, you just click, 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 click. You could lesser spam, you see people dying, then you could switch to chains, you could pop your cooldowns. As I said, I created some macros over here so I can control and alt right click, and then it'll, if I just keep control right clicking, it'll use the rotation of heals I want it to use, including cooldowns, let's just say, in the order I want it to, and then as soon as it stops working, I know it's done all those heals and I could just go back to healing. So I would go like this. I'd be like, oh crap, this person's gonna die. Healing cooldown number 1, and I would just spam it, then it would stop working, I would let go of control, and it would just go back to spamming lesser healing wave, let's just say. Same thing with the alt click for the other macro. I'll get into that on another tutorial, I guess. And one final thing I just wanted to add, you could set it up to automatically use your trinkets if they're used trinkets. That way it becomes almost like an equipped trinket anyway. So that, let's just say your main ability, you always use chain all the time. I mean, lately, now that I have a lot of haste, it's almost pointless in a lot of scenarios to use lesser unless you really want to keep people alive. Like there's a severe amount of damage going on, and chain is just taking too long to cast, obviously. But yeah, if you're using chain mainly, like in your case it could be a different ability, obviously, you could set up auto trinketing for both of them even, and it'll just always keep it up, always. Like whenever it's able to use it, it'll use it. And that's pretty much it. Obviously you want to have all these bars enabled, and aside from that, I mean, the rest of the stuff is pretty simple. You should be able to figure out the rest. So this video is brought to you by Failbot of Duskwood. I hope this may have helped you in some way, and hope to hear some comments and feedback. This is my first video. I'm not exactly the most articulate person, but hopefully this has helped some people out. Thanks, and happy raiding.